This is Nick Benson here, reporting south of Elgin today, and wanted to follow up on an earlier episode I had on rootworm damage. I'm getting way more calls than normal about gooseneck corn and in general depressed yields on corn. So I wanted to follow up on that a little bit more because I am seeing a pretty significant problem out in the countryside, and specifically in corn that's been corn on corn for over 4 to 5 years. Those are the fields I'm seeing most of the problems at. So now is not too late to go out and look at these roots to try to determine what's going on. This in particular field I'm in was kind of neat because it had a sod strip kind of right in the middle of the field that they tore up this year. So we were able to have a field that's been 7 years corn on corn, and in the same exact field, something that was corn on sod. So we went over and dug the corn on sod, and here's what we found. So here's the root structure of that corn on corn, or corn on sod. So we see all these nice feeler roots that are able to go down, get nutrients, get moisture, and we have a nice root as well as nice ear. So they also had a wind event come through here, and the farmer noted that that field, or where that strip was, and he even showed me a picture, that it was not lodged at all, standing, you know, straight as an arrow. So that was interesting. We went and dug that. Then we went into another area where it had been corn on corn forever. We did some digging. And he had maybe thought it was just wind damage, but if we look at this, you can see most of these roots, these are all pruned off by corn rootworms. Even these feeler roots, those are all nipped and pruned down. You can even see, if you look close, you can see holes in it from where those larvae were quite large at this point, this late in the season. Even these are all clipped off as they hit the ground. But see how dead these look? And notice how there's no roots. These roots can't go out now and get moisture, can't get nutrients, can't stabilize the plants. So conversely, compared to corn on sod, see the feeler roots? These feeder roots, these are all going to get moisture, getting nutrients, where this don't have it. But the one thing I hear is, talking to people, they'll say, well, I don't have rootworm damage, my corn's not lodged. Well, just because it's not lodged doesn't mean you have do not have corn rootworm damage. Here's another stalk, perfectly straight, no lodging whatsoever, but when you do the root dig and you look, all these are completely pruned off. Same thing. No feeder roots, can't get nutrients, especially like the drought conditions we had in August. Can't support the plant against lodging, but this one in particular didn't lodge because it did have just enough roots to keep it stable. So just because you don't see lodging doesn't mean there isn't damage. I am seeing a significant amount of rootworm feeding on extended corn on corn acres. So keep that in mind. That's the crop report here. This is Nick Benson with Federal Hybrids.